Hi, my name is Devin. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Willie.
Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
So what qualifications do you feel you have to be a corporate travel coordinator?
Well, I am CEO of Eco Enlightenment Communication right now, and we travel all over the world to try to get environmental organizations on the same page about issues. That involves working globally, so I think that will tie in well with what position you're offering right now.
Yeah, that sounds great. So can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, like where your schooling was and everything like that?
Well, I got a law degree in Stanford, and then I started out as a communications person for Eco Enlightenment, and then I moved up in the business as a CEO eventually, like 2 years ago, and now this is where I am today.
So why do you want to hold this position?
Well, I have a passion for traveling. I want to move all over the world. I think I want to try something new. Crisis management would seem like an exciting thing to do because I like to analyze things.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like, where have you traveled?
I've traveled to Germany, France, England. Europe is really big on environmental stuff, so a lot of things in Europe. Australia.
Wow, yeah, that sounds really interesting. So what experience do you have with budgeting?
Budgeting. Well, I'm the manager of Eco Enlightenment, and so I have to oversee like what the accountant does and stuff.
Okay. And what qualifications do you think are essential for working in this industry?
Love for travel, and like I said before, analyzing things because crisis management. You have to look at like many different things, and you have to weigh which plan will work out the best in any given situation.
Okay. And what strengths do you feel you have?
I'm very organized, and I feel like I can lead a team well.
Yeah, and do you feel like you have any weaknesses?
Sometimes I can be indecisive, but that's because I like to analyze all sides of the thing equally, so it can be a strength as well.
Okay. And discuss how you make important decisions.
I come up with all possible decisions that one can make. I like kind of do a internal, like in my brain, pros and cons chart, and then like I talk with like my subordinates about it and see what they think, and I'll take their opinions into account. So like if one opinion is like overwhelmingly popular, I'll obviously like go with that decision if I'm in favor of it. But if not, we'll talk a lot more about it. So.
And can you go a little further and give me an example of a time that you made a really important decision in the work field?
Well, listen, we had to see if we can get a couple of environmental agencies to consolidate and like come together and talk about this big issue. Talk about pollution in the Atlantic Ocean. And so we had discussed whether like we should spend the money or not to get them together. And eventually we decided that it was worth the money to do that.
Okay, and what do you expect to gain from our company?
A knowledge of managing crises.
And that interests you a lot?
Yes, it does, because I like to analyze every side of the story.
Okay, and what do you expect as far as salary goes?
I'd say about $80,000 with benefits.
Okay, that's reasonable. And how do you feel you'll impact this company?
Like I said, my leadership and analyzation skills will go a long way, and I can help you guys make the right decision going forward.
Okay, and what's the most challenging task you've ever been faced with?
One time we had to get 3 environmental organizations to talk about pollution in Europe, and we had to try to plan this out and get them all on the same page, which is really hard to do with 3 different companies. But eventually we got it done, and the event turned out to be a massive success.
Okay, well thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming by, buddy.